Hi, folks. This is your MWIS fleeting view for the coming weekend. The weekend starts with a few weak features drifting around the British Isles, notably around the Irish Sea and central and northern Scotland. I emphasize weak because there will not be a lot of rain coming out of these features, but there is going to be plenty of cloud around on Friday morning, this lingering into the day as the morning goes. Some of that cloud may lift and break, particularly on northern slopes, notably North Lakeland, Northwest Highlands, as that rain tends to clear to the north, and possibly northern areas of Snowdonia as well. But notice this feature to the southwest. That is driving its way in, and by noon, that is going to reach the Brecon Beacons and just slowly make its way to the north and east through the day. It's going to be a fairly cloudy day along the high tops, including down to the Pennines, up into southern Scotland and into central Scotland. Southern slopes are going to see the lowest cloud. It could be well down to middle slopes at times, higher bases on northern slopes, and then again in those northernmost parts of Scotland, there actually could be some sunny breaks. Not a lot of sun to be found elsewhere, and especially later in the day as this feature continues to drift into parts of England and North Wales, it's going to continue its forward journey overnight into Lakeland and the southwest of Scotland. I'll run this back just a bit to emphasize one point. Winds will be strong on western coasts of Wales and Scotland, mostly south of Skye. It's not particularly strong winds, but there could be some gale force gusts that run over the highest of the tops. That squeeze in the isobars is just going to keep things moving here. Elsewhere, there may be some wind effects, particularly again over the high tops, but not particularly strong. Mild temperatures widely and even into the high single digits in the far north of Scotland on those downslope winds. Saturday is an interesting picture. There actually is some uncertainty lingering. Keep an eye on this little spin-up feature here that's over Ireland at the moment. Still somewhat of a tight squeeze in the isobars around Wales and southwest Scotland. So breezy here, but lighter winds than the day before. Windy over the highest tops, but many areas will actually have a moderate day in terms of wind. On an ever southwesterly flow, though, do expect cloud to be fairly widespread on those high tops and south and western slopes. Notice in South Lakeland, the southern uplands, South Wales, and even in the southern parts of the Highlands, these drizzly spots are going to linger for much of the day as cloud struggles to clear the highest tops. Northeast Scotland is where the cloud will be clearest on the lee side of those mountains. I would expect similar situations on eastern sides of the Pennines, perhaps East Wales as well, but some cloud is going to tend to drift here. The one thing I did notice, this spin-up feature is looking to send plenty more rain into southwestern parts of Scotland as the day goes, and particularly in the evening. Here is that little drizzly signal in Wales as well. The issue here, though, is the models as of now are uncertain on the exact location of this spin-up feature. Quick look over at another model. This is the ECMWF model. This is the same time period, so we're starting on Saturday. Here is that spit up feature, and watch what this one does instead. That one, it's pushing into Wales by the afternoon instead of pushing it further northward into southwest Scotland like the other model wanted to. So as of now, it really is hard to say whether Wales, and particularly East Wales, is going to have a more clear day. If the first scenario does turn out, it should be clearer over the Pennines as well in the afternoon, as most of that moisture is pushed further north into Scotland. But I stress that there is some uncertainty on this for now, so if you want an additional update on that, check tomorrow's forecast when the models hopefully will have converged on a better solution. Temperatures still mild on Saturday, though trending towards a bit cooler once we are behind this spin up feature. So still on the mild range, but some of the highs will be reaching only around 5 in those open areas to the sea. As we move this into Sunday, interestingly, actually, I would say an easier forecast because we now have a much more definable feature to the west of the UK starting Sunday morning. Temperatures are still mild. Winds are going to be picking back up from the morning in the 30s of miles an hour. And as this feature passes east, winds may reach up to 40 to 45 miles an hour on the high tops. Some bright areas in the morning down the Pennines, perhaps even eastern Lakeland and eastern parts of Scotland, but cloud is soon going to shroud all high tops and going down to middle slopes in the east as rain sets in widely across west coasts. Local heavy spots probably in the southwest of Scotland, maybe into Lakeland as the day goes, and western Wales. This feature is going to drift east through the afternoon. It looks like the Pennines may be clear of the rain for at least the first couple hours of afternoon, but ultimately no one is safe as we get towards sunset. Temperatures are still mild, lingering in the middle to upper single figures. The wind will make it feel quite chilly, though. On the high tops, expect to feel like it is below freezing if you're out, especially in the rain. We'll tease out some of that uncertainty as we do the forecasts for the weekend, so be sure to check back those when they're available. Otherwise, that's the story for now, and we'll talk to you soon.